hello, come in, come in! You're here for another story time, because of course it's Monogatari. And, well, it's actually starting a new arc entirely, which is Owarimonogatari. I don't even know what characters are represented in this one, because I have not seen any promotional material, no posters, no... I haven't even seen the logo, so... Pretty much everything to do with this one is a complete surprise, and I'm really eager to find out who it's focusing on this time, and who the narrator would be, considering it changes apparently. Sometimes it's Araragi, sometimes it's been Kaiki. Either way, I know the weather is getting a little chilly outside, so where else better to be than the nice warm glow of a computer screen? Let's get started, shall we? Oh no, I know that outline. Or silhouette, I should say. I can't say I've seen that formula before. Despite doing A-level maths. Just shows how much actually stayed in my memory. Ogi is a mystery wrapped in an enigma. There is, I guess, a somewhat simplistic beauty in an answer resulting in zero, but when you can be described as just being you, is that a good thing? You yourself are a descriptive factor. You see, you're going through all this mathematics, but does Ogi follow rules like equations do? And what's with the cat? Those hand bobbing cat statue things are all around me. I know of at least 3 businesses that have them, like in the entrance hall. And I can walk to them from my front door in about 2 minutes. So everything is back to front and upside down, or inverted. Even time? Is she going up now, not down? One of the bigger mysteries in Monogatari, since we've gotten to understand or even be introduced to the character. No, it was a magnifying glass. Is she from the Ring or something? Araragi, what kind of situation have you gotten yourself in this time? The background is going to be incredibly distracting, isn't it? So the windows are shut as well, but are they desk proof? Was it actually glued shut and did you do it? Or is it some sort of curse that's been put on the room? Because Ogie. Don't write on the board with a ballpoint. Did the entirety of the intro take place in this room? I can't remember. Because the TV's there. And the clock and the desks. You can say that so calmly. Exactly half a year, down to the millisecond. Who does... Oh. So it's Canberra's fault. And how would she know that Aragi knows of these oddities? Ah. Is she actually related to Oshino, or is it just a self-imposed relation so they can get in without being quizzed? Okay. Yes, yes, he is. But that's besides the point. Why? Is it because each floor is identical? So there's area. Well, considering you've just got a notebook with the floor plan drawn into it rather than the actual blueprints, but yeah, it's because they're easy to manipulate, right, Ogi? What kind of hidden room would be in a school building? Nice show of power with the scale of the shadows there. And talking about how Zero is nice in an aesthetic kind of way, the simplicity of her eyes and the pupils just being completely black rather than having any detail is also kind of good. And lock. Did his wristwatch continue working normally? What are you drawing? And Aragi has faced his fair share, but why would anyone assume that he had any knowledge on how to fix something like this? It could either mean something, or it could just be the time that the door closed. What a weird line of questioning and thinking there, but it's Ogi, so of course it has strong meaning behind it. And are we going to have some weird flashback revelation for this 10th grade thing? When Ogi's involved, don't take anything at face value. And which chair does he choose? It's relatively middle of the room. Although that one chair that's not pushed into the desk is annoying me. Does it have some relation to the... Yes. Is that where he sat before? I feel like there was a lot there that was said that wasn't translated. I only picked up on some of what she said. My Japanese is still very poor. Humans are creatures of habit. And so when Eve, given with the choice, we'll go with what is familiar. That's the word I was kind of looking for. Yay. That isn't troubling at all, is it? And he's now in the Upside Down. Why does this room look relatively normal, just brighter? Does that... Does it have meaning behind that, or is it just aesthetic? So is this in his memories rather than in the room? Or did she just plant it there? Also, what happened during the study session for him to freak like that? Hmm. So they're not trapped in the classroom on in a specific time, but potentially on a specific day as well. I wonder who tailored a shirt that is like a foot too long in the arms. Okay. Maelstrom, that's a good word. But so something went down, relations broke down. Ah, the words of a loner, okay. Giving himself reasons to not have friends, I guess. What happened for the class to turn on itself and him? I put it down to other things, but I wasn't privy to any study session shenanigans. The puppet master at work here. What, just like now? Oh. Okay, so it wasn't glued and locked shut, but it was a rule amongst yourselves. But what did you have to what culprit did you need to find? For what? Stop leaving me in the dark here. Who is this? Do we know of them before? Is this going to be a since this is a character we're actually being shown and are not being shown anymore, my hopes aren't high for the future. And why is Ogi so intent on uncovering this? So Chinese whispers and poor Aragi. Even if you didn't have friends, there should be a way of just having general information passed on. I feel like either things are going to be pinned on Aragi or he's going to just take the blame. Because Aragi is Aragi. Okay, yes. Study. So those who attended had pre-knowledge of what questions would be on the test, therefore, yeah, okay. Not the fact that they studied, but because there was cheating, because it was such a vast discrepancy. Hmm. Oh yeah, he did. And since he was like some outlier, then yeah, if he didn't have any people passing on messages to him, then why would he help anyone to go through? Hmm. What did he do? Why him? But he's terrible at schooling, isn't he? Interesting. Ah, so he's average at everything else but good at maths. Seems familiar. Hmm. So of course you would hold some sort of grudge. I saw the time there, so what, they're in this interrogation for 2 hours? Not necessarily, but what, so no one ever left that class? Find the culprit. Why are you so invested on this? I know that she likes to have balance, or whatever it was, the word. So the reason... I'm still not sure on any motives for Ogi. Yeah, and he seems haunted by it, so this is going to be an interesting one. So he just shut it away out of his mind. You creepy bitch. Is the entire arc of quite a few episodes, I can't actually remember how many, going to be in this classroom? Or just the first few? Because this was a long episode that's split into two, according to. Is that a motorbike on a mine shaft track? Looks slightly biological rather than mechanical, though. That's actually quite cool. I like that. What just happened? So who is this girl? This Eula? And why aren't they present in current school timeline, whatever? If the study session was accused of cheating, or whatever it was, then was she held to blame? One thing I have definitely noticed is that Monogatari is the one of the main series that has suffered due to my growing knowledge of the language. Because there are words that I hear and sentences that I can pick out and translate in my own head and understand. And then there's also the comprehension of reading the subtitles as well. And I get confused within my own mind. So damn. And not a great sign when the character being in focus is one of the most mysterious. It is strange because while on the surface it looks like Ogi is just being what the world would be, but causing issues just for amusement or own personal satisfaction and creating this balanced eventuality. There is an underlying kind of sense of trying to help out, like getting Aragi over his past and issues. Whether or not that's a side effect. But if she is truly a relation of Oshino, then it wouldn't be too far out of the ballpark for actual somewhat concern for Aragi. Also, quick question, is Shinobu in his shadow as of now? And with him communicating to her, is it through speech or telepathy? Monogatari is a crazy one. Luckily, there's quite a few episodes left, so it could go places. Hopefully you're up for that. If you are, then make sure you stick around for more. A great way to make sure there are more is to follow 3 simple rules. I'm not going to tell you what they are, you can work them out for yourself. As is the norm for Monogatari, I am going to need a long time to digest the information that I've received, So I'm going to get some rest. Maybe you should too. And I'll see you in the next one. Well, would you look at that? Another video and another day closer to when YouTube inevitably decides they've had enough and will close my channel down. But if you wish to avoid that eventuality, then, well, you can be like these amazing people up above, especially one flawed otaku who is really keeping things afloat. But honestly, each and every one of you have helped me tremendously, more than you could actually possibly realise. And for that, truly, thank you.